Alright, this is Andrew. I'm gonna show you how to drill out, tap, and thread a new threaded hole with a Helicoil. Alright, so you get a kit from Napa, which is what I got. Mine was $41.50, and it comes with a couple things. First and foremost, it comes with the actual Helicoil, and this Helicoil is quite literally a little spring. But this little spring is threaded on the inside of this, is actually threaded for whatever you need. I have mine threaded for an M6 by 1.0 millimeter thread pitch, because that is the bolt that I actually broke. I broke this in my engine block. I'm testing everything out on this, so I did this a couple times on here to learn how I did it. So I'm just taking a little tutorial to show my buddies how to do this. So don't critique me as an expert, because I am not one. I'm only 17, I'm restoring a car, so I'm learning this crap out myself. So in your box, you get a die. I'm sorry, not a die, you get a tap. Your tap is threaded for whatever you actually... the tap actually reads M6 by 1.0. However, this is actually the size of a 1/4 inch. Because your outer diameter of your Helicoil is a 1/4 inch. I don't know what the thread pitch is for this outside, but the inside actually is M6 by 1.0. So, you'll also get this little channel punch thing. In this little channel will sit the Helicoil, and this whole rod actually has threads, and the threads are actually tapped for M6 by 1.0. So you will actually set your Helicoil. If you can see that little notch on the end of it, the little horizontal notch, you're going to set that in to where your black rod will actually thread into it, because if you have it, if you have the little notch going towards this rod, you won't be able to thread into it. So what you're going to do is you're going to push it, and you'll see it on the end of it. You'll see it catch. So what I'm doing is I'm actually turning the black rod, and the more and more that I turn it, I'm sorry. As well, the kit does not come with this little turn handle. This is $5. I suggest you buy it, because there is no like socket or anything to fit this. I don't even know what you would consider this. I haven't taken the time to measure it, because I bought the tool because I was smart. Alright, so come on. Just gonna tighten this. I get that nice and tight. Alright, gonna slip this back on. Alright, so as you thread it through, if you can see that little notch on the end of it, the little notch is actually catching on your black rod, and that little black rod, you can see it grabbing that notch. That's what threads your entire Helicoil into your hole. I'm sorry, I got a bit ahead of myself on that. What you want to do first is, I bought a couple, in fact, I bought 3 of them, just to be able to size my way up. I bought 3 cobalt metal, drill bits, because you want to drill out your hole to fit the Helicoil, but you don't want to just hit it with the biggest drill bit that you have that'll fit it. You don't want to hit it with just the straight up 1/4 inch, because after time goes on, you'll just wear it out. So you want to, I have a 7/32, which is 1 step down, so I'll drill it with this one first, and then we'll come back to the 1/4 inch when I'm ready, and I will drill that out. As well, 3-in-1 oil. If you don't already have it, buy it, because you need to lube up your drill bits with this, because this keeps your drill bits working correctly, and you won't break it. Alright, so this is lubed up. So I'm going to pick, I shall pick this hole, because I feel like it. I'm going to tap this out with a 7/32. I'm not tap, I'm going to drill it out with 7/32, and I'll come back to it, and I'll come back with a 1/4 inch. Alright, well this looks like it's already tapped out for that. That's called not checking before you take a tutorial. Alright, so now I'm going up to the 1/4 inch. I need to lube this. Alright. Make sure you're leveled off left and right, up and down. Alright, so you want to make sure that you go in deep enough to where your helicoil will completely fit, but you don't want to go too deep to where you actually punch a hole straight through your block. So alright, I think I'm good with that. Actually, wait, let me check that. I'll pick up a little helicoil. I did this once before and I messed up because it's not as long as I needed it. So what you want to make sure is, alright, I got more, I drilled out more meat than the actual helicoil, so I'm safe. Alright, so now we're on to step 2. What you're going to do is you're going to take your tap, yeah, that's right, you're going to take your tap, put in your little turnkey, if you have one. If you don't, get one, because again, the one for $5 does not fit your die. This is a 1/4-inch drive. So you can use a little socket, but I don't like them because I like being able to turn it with 2 hands. Lube this up with 3-in-1 oil. Just preserves the life of your parts. Alright, so now, zoom in, zoom in. Alright, so now this is lubed up. I'm going to tap out this hole because this is, again, these threads are going to tap out for the helicoil. Alright, just want to make sure, as again, you want to be perfectly straight. Up, down, left, and right, because however you thread it will be how you thread it for your entire helicoil. But when you're actually, hang on, let me start to get it before I start explaining that. Alright, so I've got it. I believe I've got it pretty much straight. Alright, so what you want to do is once you get it started, you want to back it out a little bit. Not too much where you pull the whole thing out, but you want to back it out. Because I'm not sure if you can see this, but you actually start, when you back it out, you're pulling out all of the shavings. And then once you start feeling tension on it, turn it like another half turn, pull it back out a little bit. And you just gotta work your way back and forth, back and forth. So don't just start cranking it all the way in there. Just go about a turn, come back. Go in, come back, go in, come back out. Make sure you go in far enough to where your helicoil actually threads all the way through it. You actually want your helicoil to sit, you want it to sit in about a half a turn farther in from your actual face. You don't want it to be sticking out like this one is. This is a prime example, but you don't want. My helicoil is actually sticking out of the block. You don't want that. You want it to go completely in the block. So that way, because when you tighten your bolt, you don't want to be tightening down on the helicoil. You want to be tightened down on the face of the engine. Alright, so I believe I've gotten that tapped out. The more you thread it out, the more you back it out, the less junk you'll have on the end of it. Alright, so now that's tapped out. So now what we're going to do is how we got our helicoil set up on this rod. We will now literally put the rod up to your hole, and you're just going to turn this like you would any other wrench. Because now what you're doing is you're actually putting the helicoil inside of your hole that you tapped out. So you kind of want to push this piece of plastic up to it, and then, like kind of like that. You can also see the threaded rod. So as you turn it, you're actually pushing your helicoil into your hole. So I'm not sure if you can see that. Let me see if I can zoom in. All right, so if you can see that little piece of that little metal ring hanging out, the little silver ring, that's actually the helicoil. You don't want to be able to see it. You want it to go in about a half a turn, all the way in. And then once you get it in, just thread it back out. When you thread it out, your helicoil actually stays. Your whole black rod comes out like so. Your helicoil is now in. Now what you need to do is, I have this little punch here. You want to take your little punch, that little tip, that little notch in the end of it, you want to punch that off, or you can leave it. It's actually smarter to punch it off in case your bolt has to go a little bit further. So I'm going to punch it out. There we go, just like that. And you can fish it out if you want to. I'm not going to, because I don't need to. And that is how you put in a helicoil.